Hi folks, it's me, Manic Mark, coming to you from Manic Mark's kitchen, located in the Art Villa, found somewhere in the jungles of the Midwest. Oh man, okay. Um, the oven that should never broke because the controller panel went bad. That should be mechanical. All that should be mechanical, okay, but it's not. And it went bad with very little use, okay. Um, $635 to replace that part, right? Not going to do it. Went to Sears Outlet, scratch and dent. I think this here stove was 1,300 bucks, and then it was like $800. And I left it sit for another month or two, and went back, and it was marked down to, I got it for, like with tax for $512. Okay, now let's go downstairs and let's talk about this. Turn on the damn lights. It's totally dark down here. Down here in the bunker system. Okay, it's on now. Okay, so the deal is that here's the story. I should have filmed some of it, but you get concentrating on a job, and you need a cameraman and a sound man and a director, producer, to follow you around like on a real reality TV show. It's just me. I have to do all those chores. So I'm just talking about it. So after letting the old oven sit broken for about 8 months, I finally got tired of not being able to eat a pizza. That was the one thing that was, pizza you can't cook, apparently. I could get a toaster up, but okay, and the stove, it's like, doesn't have an oven. So the oven's built, it's a long story that I don't really know if I want to get into it. Okay, I'm interrupting this video with this other thing in here because the day's not going exactly as planned. But then again, the thing of it is I'm trying to embrace non-planned days. But you got to have some planning to get stuff done. Because if you just don't plan anything at all, then that's not good either. But what happened was I took the oven out. It's out and now out in the front yard, the oven. And I've just left it there. It's attached to the dolly. I got to bring the truck around and go to the scrap yard. I still got the water heater out back. I got to throw that in the oven anyway. So I go back in the house because I've gone out through the garage door, and I go back and I go to lift the garage door up, and there's this like horrible thump, and then I can't get the door open. Unfortunately, I left the door open for the dogs to go in and out, because I've got, the bunker's pretty secure here. It's really, really hard to get in. Anyway, what happened is that the cable, and I don't have motors. I got to get into this. This video is going to be too long, but so I replaced the oven, but I don't want to spend, a bunch of money on an oven. So like I said, okay, so I get the oven and I bring it home, and it measures at the store the same. I measure the outside of what's there, and it goes and it measures the same thing. I'm thinking, no, this is pretty much just throw the tape measure on. They're all standard, right? Okay, so I get it home, and it's about 3/8 of an inch deeper, and it's not as wide. All right. But I knew this was going to happen, so I'm not sitting here going, dang it, because I knew it was going to happen. So you need all these tools. I left out all the tools and put it away. First I had the Sawzall. Anyway, the cable broke after, how many years has it been? And I got on eBay and I found one box with a cable in it that's long enough for my door, and I couldn't find it anywhere else. I was fortunate to find the one box, I guess the one cable. I'll probably have to wait a week for it at most, I think, to get here. But what was I going to get into? Oh, I was listening to Bert was talking about this. I had to run a lawnmower and how crappy it was, and the problem with, there's many problems, but the problem with technology and human nature and consumerism is that we demand more but want to pay less. so we're like raccoons, and I've said this before. We gravitate toward shiny things. We buy cars, and we have. I came out of the Half Price Books the other day, and there's some guy standing there with a black Jeep, the new ones that are 4 doors. I don't know about you, but I don't like them, and I don't like them because I think they're probably built. I don't know for sure. I haven't studied it, but probably built on like a Cherokee frame. They found a way to combine, and they've been doing this for years, combining all their products. Their Cherokee and the Jeep. They've been combining it together, getting rid of all the stuff that made the original Jeep great. That you could park it outside in the rain with the top off, and the Jeep was like, "Hey, this is what I'm made for." You can't do that with a newer Jeep. Going back to even with my Jeep. And I parked outside plenty in the rain, but I was concerned with the dashboard. It just seemed way too complicated. Anyway, my 88 was one of the years where they started to combine. They started to make the Jeep more like a car, more like the Cherokee, because people demanded. And then women, you never saw a woman drive. When I bought the Jeep in 88, only on the rarest days did you see a woman driving a pickup truck or Jeep. They didn't do it because it didn't suit their image. Well, that's changed, but what had to be done away with was what the Jeep and trucks were originally made for, and that was to beat the crap out of and keep running and not, break down less often. And now they got carpet and molded dashboards and GPS. Anyway, the guy came out, he's got one of these black Jeeps, and he's like, out of the guitar store, he bought a guitar, and a kid that's being paid $7 an hour, he said, "Yeah, and it's got GPS, it's loaded, electric." I just had to shake my head. The kid probably is like, "Oh, Jesus, that's kind of cool, I like it, but do I need to, Anyway, but I'm thinking it's ridiculous. Because, trying to finish the story, we don't want to pay for anything, and so it's made very cheaply, and it's very complicated. The problem is it's very complicated. Electric window, carpeting on the floor. When it gets water in, it's going to rust, faster because the carpet does it, and it's going to go. It's going to mess your carpet up, so you don't want to take the top off. So what's the point? 4 doors. The thing's longer. It's not going to be able to drive through the woods like you used to, and you're not going to do it anyway because you don't want to dent it because it costs frickin' $40,000 or whatever it is, $30,000. I have no idea. Because the way that the electrical thing was turned, I couldn't get a screwdriver on it, so I cut the power cable off with my Sawzall, making sure that I turned the breaker off, okay? Especially with 220. There you go. Okay. Then I pulled the old oven out. Well, first getting the new oven into the house, that was a chore. Fortunately, I've been lifting heavy stuff for the past week or so, so I was able to lift the oven by myself out of the car. I got it onto a dolly, strapped it onto a dolly, and managed to yank it up the steps and get in the house. Okay, so did that, and where was I on the rest of the story? I need to go get records now. It's not even noon. I got to get something to eat, but I need to clean the place up. I need to go on a record run. The video could be as long as whatever you had to talk about during the day. I am trying to be sensitive about people's schedules, but I don't know if that's something. That's an interesting thing. Is that when you do art, or don't do it like I have been, I got it all around me. I'm still thinking about it, I'm just not physically doing it, is that if you divorce yourself from everything, all preconceived notions of what you think you should be doing and what because of pressures and environmental issues or whatever that drives you, and just do art, which is, for me, that's it. To have fun. That if you're doing a video, you shouldn't be worried about how long it is, that people won't watch it, or that people watch it at all. And I keep telling myself that, and I've pretty much convinced myself that it's. But I still a little piece of me now and then it's like, it's just too long, and if it's too long for me, then it's going to be way too long for anybody else. But does it matter? No, it doesn't. Apparently, even to YouTube, because they give you so much time now. So what I'm going to do is. Do you ever get these pack of things in the mail? I like them because there's coupons to like local places that you can go eat. Anyway, but things break. all these things break. So Bert's lawnmower broke. He's dealing with the cheap lawnmower, and the last one I bought was, and I talked about the riding mower, the problems, but the push mower was a Toro push mower, and this is a true story. In the 90, I think it was 89 or 90, I bought a 21-inch Toro commercial push mower, okay, and I had to sign a paper to release Toro and maybe the dealership from liability issues because it didn't have that newfangled grippy on-off thing, you know. So now I have to take, and the guy that did my kitchen, he did a very nice job, but he used glue. I think glue was trendy at the time, a construction adhesive. So why he glued the framework on the inside of this thing, I guess just because it's all kind of shimmed up and whatever, you know. So he probably did it. But that means I got to take all the 2x4s out and a piece of trim thing, which is nailed, not screwed. So it's not like I can tap it off and without it breaking part of it. Fortunately, broke the inside part. And get the 2x4s out. I slice off the amount that I need off of everything. I have to put all that the trim work and everything back in, and I slide it in. And that's when I realized that it's not as wide. And rare occasions, I always like to go out and eat because I get something. When I make something to eat, either I'm microwaving it or throwing it in the oven. I'm not a good cook. I spend no time on that, cooking. Well, I've been accused of being a good cook, that I can cook. So I know ingredients and I can kind of judge how they're going to go together, you know, just by the individual taste of the ingredient. I can kind of figure out in my head how much of whatever to put in. And if I see a recipe, I can pretty much follow it. But I don't do that because it's like an art form that takes time that I don't want to invest in. So I don't cook. So going out to eat for me, even I try to do it at lunch when it's a little bit less expensive. It's a huge treat. I really enjoy it. So I like going through these packages to find out, like security systems. This is security systems. And it's still running, even though I ran over it and bent the wheel, and I've had to replace the bolt, and it makes some clanking noises that I could never resolve. I don't think it's anyway, but it's been doing that forever. Anyway, it still runs after all these years, and that's because it doesn't have all that gears and wheels, and stuff's not made out of plastic, and there's not. I gotta cut all this out. What else was I gotta talk about? Oh, the main thing last night. Has this ever happened to anyone? This was like the weirdest thing that happened. There's so much, as I get older, this is great. This is a good point. As I get older, there's so many things for sale being sold using fear that I see no value in. One of them is security systems. The other one is a thing where the credit report. What the hell? And lockdown. The other thing, lockdown. You pay money and they follow you all over the place until somebody like tries to steal your identity. You know, can you just take some normal precautions and not pay somebody to do? You're people with their phones and they've got, you know, it's like they're poking them at stuff and there's credit card information and all that stuff. You're just. And why are you doing it? You're doing it to look hip, I think. I'm on the go. I need to do this because if I don't do it, my competitor or people that are looking to buy my services will think that I'm old because I'm not doing all this stuff. You know, this rising to the cream of the culture. You know, that little thin layer on top. My little head's not bobbing up, and I'm not partaking of all these electric windows, GPS, and all this crap that's just you can't possibly control it all. It's not simple. It's keep it simple. Okay, so what good is this going to do you if? Now, I realize that there's some instances, I think I talked to somebody who has to be away and he's working, and then they call him and say, but then you're at work away and you're worried if something happens and maybe somebody's in there stealing all your stuff, and then you have to worry about it, you have to fly back and you're going to be miserable. Why not just finish the job then fly back and be miserable, you know what I'm saying? But if you're living there and you're expecting this to protect you, and this is how they sell it. You've seen the commercials where somebody breaks in, and then suddenly you're saved by the phone call, Mrs. Jones. Is there somebody? There's somebody in the house right now. Okay, we're sending the cops right over. In the meantime, the guy in the house doesn't respect the advertising and has just shoved a knife in you or something. You know, which is not good. Wider is better than smaller. And it's missing the trim pieces on the side, which I didn't notice in the store. So I had to take it out again, of course, and screw in some about 1x2s, 1x1s. That's right. That's about 1 inch deep. Anyway, screwed them in, and then drilled and screwed. And I found parts online, and I ordered the trim pieces, which I think will kind of cover up most of the. There's going to be the seam there that it's just not. Hopefully, people won't look too hard, but I only spent what I spent, and I didn't spend all that other. In addition to having it put it in, it'd still be fucked up. That's not. I don't think that's going to help. Maybe a sign in the front yard's all you need, like protected by security, whatever. And then maybe the criminal wanting to bob to above the cream by stealing will see that, and that will affect him. I don't know. Anyway, there you go. That's that. Hot Walk. Never been there. I'll put that aside. John Phillips. John Phillips has a restaurant now? John Phillips. I think John Phillips was the guy. He used to do freeway reports from a helicopter, and he got in trouble once because he was shooting groundhogs with a pistol or something from his helicopter. I used to love listening to him. Then he started making comments during his freeway thing, accident report, whatever. And then he was like, he was a sidekick on the morning talk show. And then they fired him, and I didn't know. So he's apparently had some money or attached his name to a restaurant. That's highly interesting. For whatever reason, I don't know. I was waking up. I was woke up from a dead sleep with a cramp, mid-thigh, inner thigh, halfway up on the left leg, and the exact same time on the right leg, in the exact same spot. Freaking cramp, like somebody taking a hot poker, just jammed it into both legs and held it there. If you get a cramp in one leg when this happens, you can kind of move around with the other leg, but you get both legs. I couldn't go anywhere. I was incapacitated with crampiness. That's it. So tools, what did I use? Well, I used the drill, the power drill with the countersink. I used that. These are wonderful tools, by the way, Makita. This is my ratcheting driver. If you don't have one, you need one. It's very handy. Get one with a light on it. Lights are very handy. Get them with lights, okay. I used my older drill because I didn't think I was going to need this one, so I brought this up with a small bit in it to make pilot holes for nails. I used the hammer to smash, and the nail spa, Hollywood Nails. Party with us. Pedicure parties, weddings, girls' days out, birthdays. I probably shouldn't go into this either, but it's just going to be, this is going to be one of those massive videos where I just go crazy. Whenever I see a young woman or whoever coming out of a tanning salon, I think to myself, could you have spent that half an hour running or exercising? You know what I'm saying? It just, and exercise is free, more or less, and you look great after you exercise. Okay, best advertising, state-of-the-art laser dentistry. Laser dentistry? What the hell are they using lasers on? Lasers on your teeth now? What the hell? More comfortable? They're lasering your teeth instead of using a drill? Are you kidding? Really? Our new water laser fixes most cavities using laser light and gentle spray of water? I would miss the pain and the smell of burning enamel. Speaking of smashing, let's just smash something because it'll make me feel better. Are you watching, Liz? Right now, we're just going to smash this collectible made Japan. This is probably worth a lot of money. I don't care. I'm smashing it. Ready? ah! Ha ha! It was horrible. And so you feel it the next day because it goes to go away because the cramp bruises the muscle or something like that. So the whole point of this follow-up is I didn't go looking for records today because when the frickin' door broke, I was defeated. I was defeated by the day. Let's see, heating and cooling, Acapulco, ooh, I like that place. Nick's Grove in Taylor Mill. I haven't been there. Nick's Grove, there's a giant piece of red meat on the front of this. That looks pretty good. He has an adult buffet. I never go eat at a buffet because I don't want to overeat anymore. I think it's going to fall apart here, so I ordered and handle. So I'm going to work on the garage door. And I got to go out and, you know that. What else is that it? There was something else. That's part of, look, here's Rainbow's Pizzeria. Look at that logo there. Isn't that sweet? Oh, Independence Family Dentistry. Did they use laser technology at the Independence? No, but they don't put mercury in your fillings anymore, cheap bastards. Okay, what else is going on here? Then I used the pry bar to pry the 2x4s up, and I used this handy dandy pair of pliers to pull nails out, and I tried cutting the glue with the mat knife, the utility knife, and screwdriver, another screwdriver. I am Sam. I'm a survivor. Survivor of what? I suffer from. I am Sam. I suffer from depression and post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. I am a patient at Children's Hospital. My dad took his own life, leaving behind survivors. Me, my sister, my mom, his parents, his brothers, and many more. Friends and family. I became very depressed and thought about taking my own life. My mom took me to Children's Hospital. I spent a week in the mental health unit. Ah! That had to be frightening. That'd scare you out of your depression. Holy crap. I can't remember what it was. This went on too long. But that's just what happens here. So it's just another wacky day. That's a wacky day. Oh, I've got to put a song at the end of this. No matter how long this runs, I got a great, I don't know if it's great. I haven't listened to it yet. So I may not post it. It's an Elvis impersonator. I shouldn't have even said that because now it may not work out. Punch, nail punch, another level I've already put away. And this, in the shop vac, excuse me. Oh, I had to put off the doctor's appointment. I'm going to go back, update on the depression thing. I'm going to go back and I'm going to say, hey, you know, the Cymbalta thing, I'm still for Cymbalta. It kicked the ass out of the depression. And I can say now that I took it for a couple months, and then I noted, you know, these very unpleasant side effects, and I stopped taking it 3-4 days before I did the job. And the first 2 or 3 days doing the job, very hard because no matter what you do, you know, physically, it doesn't prepare you for what you got to do when you're doing it. The horrible Jesus help me. I heard all over manual labor stuff. There I met other kids just like me. Great, everybody's just like me. The world's perfect. I also attended a daycare program. Now see a counselor and take medicine. I might have made the same mistake my dad made. I am Sam. I'm a survivor. And something should have just, I needed a screwdriver, should have just come out and slid in. The new one should have slid in. It always happens this way, though. I swear to God. And it's not me, it's life. At one time I thought it's just me, but it's not. It's life. Because if you hire somebody to do something, you go back and look at it and fix it, you're going to see how messed up it is. I was so kind of unpleasantly dizzy, and that went away too. And it couldn't have been because I was just lifting stuff. Some of it may have been. So I'm just gonna, you know, the gluten thing. I'm still working. There's some bread with no gluten in it the other day, so I'm paying attention to that. I need you to. Where's the sales pitch here? I need you to help me with my mission to prevent other kids. Okay, there it is. Bring your kid down. Give him some drugs. Because you're just looking at the surface. You're not paying attention to the messed up stuff underneath. Just like when What's-His-Face came to town, and I'm going to try to do that because Liz swears that she feels so much better. She feels like crap when she goes back on gluten. So apparently there's sensitivity to it, and maybe I've got some of that. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to give it a shot. What else is going on? World's largest replacement window company. Your neighborhood pharmacy, the drug shoppy. Ooh, I know where that is. That's right next door to the Goodwill out there at Cherokee Shopping Plaza. I better save that. Ruined record day yesterday. Oh, I got to follow up on that story. They're going to close, for 16 days, they're going to close a major ramp from the outer belt, from one outer belt to another outer belt. That there's only 2 ways to get to the city when you go to work, and they're going to close one way down. Carpet cleaning. Never get a house with carpets in it. Area rugs. I would go that far and say area rugs, but carpeting, then you have to clean the carpeting. That costs money, and you don't want to spend money cleaning your carpets, I can assure you. What else? Outer image. Beautify your landscape. That's the other thing that kills me. Are people that spend money to make their lawns look great, you know, in the suburb. And I do it, whatever comes up and turns green, I mow it off. That's what I do. Why do people spend so much money worried about stuff like that? I can't hardly believe they're going to do that. This is going to be hell on earth! So I thought I better get out and get some records in that area of town before that happens. Okay, thanks for stopping by. It's been great fun. See ya, bye. Do that, and, oh, fuck. What? You know, I'm getting to the point now where I start into a thing and I can't finish a complex sentence. And I notice that about other people, that they're able to, like, finish complex sentences, have thoughts, and finish them. So I think now I'm going back into the manic thing a little bit. I could just tell, you know, where it just thinks it's, fuck. Anyway, I'm going to go back and I'm going to say, let's try everything. It comes up, you mow it off. El Gente, Mexican restaurant. Ooh. Oh, I go there all the time. That's excellent. They have the best salsa there. Let's try everything. It can't hurt me, right? If I just try it. Just a little bit. Just give me a little bit and see if I like it. Okay. Thanks for stopping by. Here's the whatever. Did I play it? I don't know. I think I went on too long about that. So that was a product review of the local crap that comes in the mail. Sorry about this long video. No, I'm not going to apologize. I'm not going to apologize for the length of the videos anymore. I'm just going to do it. It's just, what the hell? And here's a song right at the end of the video anyway. There's an, yeah.
Today is a day that doesn't stay. Today is a day that doesn't stay. But I can see that today is my day. Yes, I can see that today is our day. Tomorrow is a day that lies ahead of today. Tomorrow is a day that lies ahead of today. But I can see that tomorrow's not today. Yes, I can see that tomorrow's not today. but I can see that tomorrow's not today. Yes, I can see that tomorrow's not today. Forever is the time that lies ahead of our lives. Forever is the time that lies ahead of our lives. But I can see that we will live to see it. Yes, I believe